Who exactly is that gigantic bird? Is it Opila Bird? Tarta Bird? Or could it somehow be one of the baby Opila birds? And more importantly, how did it become that big? But that's not the only mystery. Why is Mr. Kebab Man controlling that massive robot? So today, I want to look at the evidence from the previous games and share my own theory about what could actually be happening. And just to be clear from the beginning, this is my personal theory. None of this has been officially confirmed by Euphoric Brothers. Before we start, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, to understand the giant bird, we need to go all the way back to the beginning. We first meet Opila Bird in the original Garten of Banban, where the player eventually causes her to fall into the abyss. In Garten of Banban 6, one of the baby Opila birds falls into Givanium and transforms into a massive hellish monster. After our fight with it, however, it eventually returns to its smaller form. Then later, we see Opila Bird and Tarta Bird being held inside containment cells. And this is where my theory begins. What if Opila Bird survived her fall into the abyss? And what if Bruschista eventually found her? We now know from the Banban 9 trailer that we're dealing with a huge, injured-looking bird that strongly resembles Opila Bird. In my last video, before trailer 3 was released, I actually predicted that we might see a hellish version of Opila Bird. My theory is that Bruschista may have tried to save her using Givanium. We can see that Bruschista has access to large containers, so it's possible that Givanium was somehow involved in Opila Bird's recovery. But if a large amount of Givanium was used, maybe it didn't just heal her, maybe it changed her. We've already seen Givanium connected to strange transformations before, including what happened with characters like Nab and Little Beak. So my theory is that Opila Bird survived the abyss, was badly injured, and was later exposed to enough Givanium to transform into the enormous hellish bird we see in Banban 9. And there might actually be another clue. When the developers released the Floomban poster, there appeared to be a faint bird-like figure in the image that looked similar to Opila Bird. Again, this does not officially confirm my theory. I'm simply connecting details from the previous games, the promotional material, and the new trailer to explain what I think may have happened. But now we need to talk about the second mystery. Why is Mr. Kebab Man controlling that enormous robot? For this, we have to go back to Garten of Banban 3. When we unlock the Mr. Kebab Man mural, we get this strange message: "Give me your pancreas, behave or get banned." At the time, Mr. Kebab Man seemed more like a joke character than someone who would become important to the story. Then we saw him again in Banban 4. And in Banban 6, we even used him during the boss fight against Little Beak. But by Banban 8, Mr. Kebab Man was being held inside a cell. And somehow, between being trapped in that cell and the events of Banban 9, he ends up controlling this enormous machine. We still don't officially know how that happened, but I have another theory. Look closely at the robot's chest. There's a symbol on it that reminds me of Banban or Flumbo's design. Because of that, I don't think this machine was necessarily created for Mr. Kebab Man. What if it was originally made for Flumbo? Maybe Flumbo built or intended to use this machine himself. But then Banban and Flumbo merged and became Flumban. If that happened before Flumbo could properly use the machine, the robot may have been left without its intended pilot. And that's where Mr. Kebab Man could come in. After everything he's experienced inside the kindergarten, maybe he decided that he didn't want to remain weak anymore. That idea becomes even more interesting because of what he says in the trailer about not wanting to be weak. To me, that line could explain why controlling such a massive machine would appeal to him. There's another reason I think Mr. Kebab Man fits the robot. Most of the creatures in the kindergarten are animal-like experiments. Mr. Kebab Man is different. His mechanical appearance could potentially make him a more natural match for controlling another machine. And trailer 3 also shows Bruschista and Mr. Kebab Man interacting peacefully. So it's possible that Mr. Kebab Man won't be our enemy at all. Maybe he'll actually fight alongside us. But then there's one final question. Who is Mr. Kebab Man preparing to fight? My theory? Floomban. If the robot really was connected to Flumbo originally, that could make a confrontation between Mr. Kebab Man and Floomban even more interesting. But again, that's only my interpretation of the clues we currently have. Nothing about this theory has been officially confirmed by Euphoric Brothers. And if Mr. Kebab Man wasn't supposed to control this robot, then who was?